perfectly possible. The mechanism for doing this is something called, again, endogenous opioids. Endogenous opioids are produced in the brain and are able to block pain from spinal cord. This diagram gives an outline of that, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to instead say a little bit about endogenous opioids. We already talked about this is the descending pathway, stimulating and inhibiting neurons coming from the brain to the nociceptor pathway. The point of the matter is that the endogenous opioids, which are released from the brain, are able to override the pain signals that come from the spinal cord. What are endogenous opioids? They are chemicals that are similar in structure to opiates. Opiates are things like heroin, morphine, etc., etc. The reason why these drugs are effective is because there are receptors in the brain for these particular drugs. So if you shoot heroin, it goes straight and binds to those receptors. Now, you maybe ask yourself, and biologists think, why should there be receptors for a substance that comes from a poppy plant in the brain? Because heroin and morphine and these things are derived largely from the poppy plant. Why would you have a receptor molecule in the brain that is sensitive to it? Well, the answer is that the brain produces equivalent chemicals to the opiates, which are called opioids, which is misspelled. When do you release endogenous opioids? Well, two sets of circumstances are very important. Stress and sex. When you're having it, you release large quantities of endogenous opioids. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, it's possible to have sex anywhere, in any position, because the endogenous opioids block out the pain stimuli. See, now you know. So if you want to do it against the table, similarly, your state of mind can influence the levels of endogenous opioids that are released. How many people take exercise on a regular basis? Come on, put your hands up.
Take exercise.
Take it, do it.
Oh, exercise, yes.
Exercise. 1, 2. Get your unhealthy lot. Right, so you know, there is a scenario. You go out, you start to run, or whatever you do. And you think, oh my God, I've got to run 2.5 miles, swim 200 laps.
So anything good that's
You don't feel that way when you start. Right at the beginning, it feels really kind of not too good. And, you know, muscles are not good. And yesterday was kind of tough. And I didn't get enough sleep last night, and so on. And then you start. And as you start, it gets better. And then there's a point, usually about 30 minutes in, when suddenly it just goes like that. And you can just run. Run.
Do you think so?
Never stop. You get there, you hit that plateau.
No matter which way you take it, or you think no matter who you take it.
And the reason that happens is
No matter which way.
endogenous opioids get released from the brain.
No matter which way you take it.
And you feel, I just go on forever.
Whatever.
You feel good, you feel fun. Just like sex, it's the same thing.
Oriental. It's in Oriental.
The fear as the runners run, they basically become addicted to running because
Well, yeah, I mean, there's an element to that too. The highs.
I'm hungry.
That is why people do exercise.
Isn't that why you do most things though? To
Maybe,
get the high?
why are you sitting here?
Am I sitting here saying?
Are you getting high?
I don't know, sir.
No. Alright, so going back to acupuncture now, you wonder where I'm going. I'm going somewhere, I know where I'm going, you don't know where I'm going.
Okay.
It all,
can't see.
it all joins up in the end.
Oh, gosh.
So,
Oh, gosh.
for reasons that we don't quite understand, when you stick needles into people in certain places, you get releases of large quantities of endogenous opioids from the brain. So you see, there is a mechanism here. Because remember what we said? This enables us to override the pain stimuli coming from down here, or wherever it is in your spinal cord. So, by using acupuncture, sticking the needles in, you're able to induce that same release. Now you may say, I don't know that's not true, but you can do acupuncture on animals. Now, if acupuncture were just a social phenomenon, you can't imagine the cow lying there going, oh well, I'll just have this operation done because all my friendly cows, all my cow friends have had operations with acupuncture. No, that's not going to work. So, there must be some sort of physiological basis. Maybe it lies here. But wait, it's not as straightforward as that. You knew it wouldn't be as straightforward as that, right? Maybe this is not this whole story. Because guess what? Placebos, we're back to her again, also cause a release of opioids. And if you look at a variety of different organisms, you find that lots of different organisms have opioid receptors in the brain. So, this might not just be the whole story, but it gets worse. If you do fake acupuncture,
Oh, love stuff. Oh, good.
not using the proper needles, not sticking them in the proper place, but pretend, then people, some people, have been